Aloha, I'm Kiana Cayabyab, and you're watching Star News Live. Here are today's top Hawaii headlines from the editors at the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. The Central Pacific Hurricane Center today predicted that the region will see 2 to 5 tropical cyclones during the hurricane season that starts June 1st. The forecast translates into a below-to-average hurricane season for the Central Pacific, which typically sees an average of 4 to 5 storms each year. During a virtual news conference this morning, forecasters said there's an 80% chance of a near or below normal hurricane season. Still, forecasters cautioned Hawaii residents to get prepared now for the upcoming season, which runs through November 30th. Last year was also a below normal season with only 2 tropical cyclones, but it included a dangerously close call when Hurricane Douglas passed just north of the islands. Hawaii health officials reported 73 new confirmed and possible COVID-19 infections today, but no new virus fatalities. For the first time since the start of the pandemic, the Department of Health added probable cases to its daily infection tally. The probable cases include people who never received a confirmatory test but are believed to have been infected because of their known exposure and symptoms, or because of a positive antigen test. The addition of probable cases since the start of the pandemic bumped the total number of Hawaii infections by more than 1,600 cases to a total of 33,585. Today's new confirmed and possible infection cases include 50 on Oahu, 9 on Hawaii Island, 7 on Maui, 4 on Molokai, 1 on Kauai, and 5 Hawaii residents diagnosed outside the state. 3 previous infection cases were removed from the statewide counts. Hawaii's virus-related death toll remains at 492. A Hawaii Island man has been sentenced to 5 years in prison for causing a 2019 car crash that killed a mother of 4 and injured 3 teenage girls. 26-year-old Nicholas Abakar pleaded guilty in March to second-degree negligent homicide and 3 counts of second-degree negligent injury. Prosecutors said Abakar was trying to connect his phone to his car speaker when he drifted into oncoming traffic and hit the car driven by 35-year-old Cassandra Lynn Ellis. Ellis died and her 3 teenage passengers were injured. Abakar also faced counts of manslaughter and driving while intoxicated, but those charges were dropped. Abakar's attorneys said impairment was not a factor in the crash. He said Abakar has attention deficit hyperactivity disorder and was taking his prescribed medication. A 26-year-old Ohio woman suffered life-threatening injuries in a moped crash near Kahana Bay in Windward, Oahu on Tuesday. The crash happened on Kamehameha Highway near the Crouching Lion restaurant at about 3 p.m. Police said the tourist was traveling northwest on the highway when she veered to the right and struck a metal guardrail. Paramedics treated her and took her to a hospital in critical condition. The woman was wearing a helmet at the time, and police said speed may have been a factor in the crash. Finally, the FBI is investigating whether a former CEO of a Hawaii company illegally donated money to U.S. Senator Susan Collins' campaign. Bloomberg News reported that the FBI is looking into Martin Kao, the former chief executive officer for Hawaii-based contractor Martin Defense Group. Kao was indicted last year on charges that he defrauded the federal government out of millions of dollars in coronavirus relief aid. The FBI alleges that Kao used a shell company to make a $150,000 donation to the campaign of Maine Republican Susan Collins. He also allegedly reimbursed family members for smaller donations to Collins. Federal law prohibits government contractors from making donations to political committees, and it is also illegal to use someone else's money to make a campaign contribution. In 2019, Collins announced that Martin Defense Group, then known as Navitech LLC, had received an $8 million Department of Defense contract. For more on these stories and all the latest headlines, subscribe to the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Visit Hawaii's top source for breaking news online at Star-Advertiser.com and download the Star-Advertiser mobile app. Mahalo, have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.